Alright guys, welcome. This is, we're going to be doing the original Legend of Zelda here. Thanks to anybody who stuck through for my Mega Man 2 Let's Play. Now we're going to give this one a try. Just so you know that this game is pretty cryptic as far as where you're going to go and things like that. It was very basic. Even the story here is not much to give you. The instruction booklet, the good thing about it back in the day is it kind of gave you a little bit of a where to go and what to do sort of thing, you know, as far as where to go in the game to start with, and then it kind of gave you a good starting point. But I'm going to go straight from the beginning. This is going to be a straight play. I'm going to go levels 1 through 8 in order. I know you can do them in whatever order for the most part, but this is just, you know, kind of a basic play. I'm going to get everything as far as 100% item completion is concerned. I'm going to try and move as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to try and, like, you know, guide you guys a little bit through this and let you know what's going down. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started here in just 1 second here, and we're going to start. Alright, first of all, you would either register your name, or you could delete names if there's extras. This was one of the first games that you could actually save your game progress, and you didn't have to use passwords. I had already made one here with the title of Link, so we're going to go ahead and use that one as far as that goes. Alright, so just thinking, first thing you'll notice is you're on a screen here with no weapons, no items, except for a shield that'll deflect some, you know, some projectiles, just not fireballs. First thing you'll notice is that you can go either left, up, or right as far as the screen goes, but there is also a little cave here. Most people think, there's a cave, I'll go in it, which is kind of a good idea. It's dangerous to go alone. Alright, anyway, so that's where that, you know, popular phrase came from. Anyway, we're going to pick up the sword. And the sword's kind of your basic weapon. You don't run out of ammo for it. It's an unlimited thing. The one thing that is a stipulation is in order to shoot the projectile like I am, you do have to have full hearts. So getting hit is not good. Alright, first thing you'll notice is people drop these crystals. Those are rupees, which are the currency in Hyrule, which is the world that Zelda takes place in. Going kind of straight toward level 1 first, just because, like I said, we're trying to move a little straightforward here. You could go in whatever direction and actually level your guy up, get a lot of, you know, different power-ups and stuff before you even start doing some of the levels. Like, for instance, you can actually get yourself to having the second level of sword before you even go into the first dungeon. But trying to go for an efficiency run through here, too. Trying to move at a little bit faster pace. Alright, pick up that heart. You need that. You also don't want to get hit by those fireballs. Your shield won't protect you from those. Alright, I'm going to show you guys a little trick here in level 1. If you exit out, and you go right back in, that locked door that was up there is not locked anymore. So you're saving yourself a key that way, because all locked doors require a key, which you get from enemies and from item drops and things like that. There's certain enemies that carry them, or if you, for instance, clear a room, sometimes there's a key or something else for you. As far as the main storyline of Zelda here goes, basically what this boils down to in this story is the evil Ganon has made off with the Triforce of Power, and the Triforce of Wisdom was in the hands of the royal family, which was Princess Zelda, and to protect the Triforce of Wisdom, she decided to break it into 8 pieces and spread it throughout Hyrule, and then eventually was captured by Ganon. So basically, your story is, as Link, you're supposed to pick up the 8 MacGuffins and make your way to the final dungeon and rescue Princess Zelda. Some of the greatest stuff about this game is just how open it is, in that you kind of have to figure a lot of things out on your own. it was one of the first, you know, real open world kind of games. Everything else was pretty linear at the point, whether it was a platformer that you had to go just straight to the right and get to the end of the level, or, you know, it was a one-screen platformer or the like. It was basically kind of the first, you know, Skyrim-ish, Elder Scrolls-ish game of its time. And yes, I compared it to Skyrim, and y'all can deal with it. One thing you'll notice too in this dungeons is that there are bomb walls that you can bomb. For instance, if I had bombs, I could bomb that wall and actually skip part of the dungeon, but I don't have bombs, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get ready to use one of those keys that I mentioned before. One thing I will say is that when you don't have full health and you can't use that projectile, you can have a pretty bad time with it. Okay, so you notice this little door here, it's not opening. I killed all the enemies. Sometimes those kind of doors open when you kill all the enemies, but also sometimes you have to do a little something else, like push a block. It's a major mechanic you'll see in like the future Zelda games, puzzle solving and things. One thing I will say is that some of the things that these people will tell you is pretty cryptic. Like Eastmost Peninsula is a secret. I mean, most people aren't going to understand what some of this stuff means. I mean, it kind of boils down to just, you know, really early cryptic English translation for most of this stuff. Some games were really notorious for that. This one had some problems. Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2, had some major problems with that. Alright, right there is the map, and earlier I picked up the compass. And in each dungeon, this is pretty much standard in a Zelda game, except for Zelda 2, because it plays a little bit differently, but each dungeon is going to have a map, a compass, and a specific item, like a treasure that you can pick up, whether it's a weapon or something that you use to get past something else later in the game. But those are the standard. Later in the series, they did add a key that gets you into the boss room that you had to find in each dungeon as well. Alright, got another key to use there. Alright. These guys are Garayas. They'll hit you with their boomerangs if you're not careful. But that's where the shield comes in handy. You can block their attacks with it. Alright, you gotta watch out for these wall traps. They'll kind of close in on you, so you gotta let them do their thing and then pass through. Another block there. Alright, go down the staircase and there's the bow. Now the bow's not gonna really do me any good up until I get arrows. I can buy those later. But in the end, the bow, funny that it's in level 1, is essential for beating the game. Oh, crap. Yeah, come on. Alright. One thing you'll notice is that some things will give me a whole heart's worth of damage, some things will give me a half a heart's worth of damage. And there will be some armor, well, some rings that'll give you some better armor down the line so I don't take as much damage too. Alright, deal with these guys here. Oh, oof, that was close. Oh, come on now. Alright, and now we have the boomerang. The boomerang is your first kind of projectile weapon. I guess besides the bow, if you had the arrows already, you'd be pretty set. Deal with these guys. These wall masters, if they touch you or hit you, they can drag you into the wall and bring you back to the beginning of the level. Oh, thank goodness. I'll tell you, if there is one annoying thing, is that stupid beep when you're down low on health. I mean, I get it. I get that I'm low on health. I don't need the beep to be going off the entire time. It's a little distracting. Anyway, kill enough of these and it kills them off. Not quite. Yep, still another one. Yeah, I'm loading up on rupees though, which is good. Alright, anyway, cleared up. Okay, go ahead and get the key. It's time to fight the first boss. That's what that growling noise is. You'll always hear them. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh, that's right, you gotta hit him in the head. Whew. Come on. There we go. Alright, anytime you kill a boss, you'll get a heart container, which gives you an extra heart, which is good, because you're gonna want all the life you can get. And you get the Triforce piece. And it so generously refills your life. And you get teleported out of the dungeon. And the heart container bit, that was standard. That's standard in any Zelda game, once again, except for Zelda 2. You'll always get a heart container at the end of a dungeon. Alright, anyway, got some money now. I'm going to hold off for a minute here. Don't know how hasty I'm going to get about buying things. There might be a couple things I want to get. I'm going to try and get us through dungeon number 2 before I'm done with this video. Maybe. Trying to pick up... Need just a little more money. I think it's 65 that I need to get the job done. One more. Ooh. Should have known to just come in here. These blue Tektites. Oh yeah, the boomerang will actually pick up items for you too if you run it over with it. Okay, 75 rupees. That should be enough to buy what I want. Alright, gonna go in here. Alright, you go in the cave here, and he's got a shop here open. Okay, it was only 60. But I'm going to go ahead and buy the blue candle, because that will come in handy. Got a couple things I can get with it. For starters, you can go up this way. Alright, I think it's this one. Alright, so you'll take the blue candle, you'll use it on these bushes, and it burns down one and opens a staircase for you. Alright, take any one you want. Alright, so if you're even a smart enough person, you're not going to pick up the potion. The potion is a one-time use thing. Actually, well, I'm sorry, it's a red potion, so it's a two-time use thing. But you can get potions later another way in the game that you can buy. Heart containers you cannot, so you pick up the heart container. Anybody that didn't pick up the heart container, I always just scoffed at. I always thought they were the funniest person alive. Silly, silly simpletons. Alright, and... sometimes you just learn to avoid enemies too. You don't always have to fight everything. Oh, these rocks. Those things are horrible. Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, so you go up here. Now that I have 5 hearts... Come on. Go away. Oh, come on. Get down there. There we go. Go over there. Alright, so you go in this cave. Master using it, and you can have this. Alright, that's the white sword. Basically what it means by master using it is you have to have a certain number of hearts before you can pick it up. In this case, the second sword, you only have to have 5. And so, now I have a sword upgrade. Now everything that took 2 hits will take 1, everything that took 3 hits will take 2, etc. It is a nice little addition to have. Alright. Now I have to backtrack because if I went the other way, it would have been a dead end anyway. Oh, come on now, get off my back. Still want to load up on those rupees, those are good to have. If I can get some bombs, which... To be honest, I could just get some this way. Alright, gonna go ahead and buy bombs. Sometimes enemies actually drop bombs too, so... But... Seeing as I'm going for efficiency here and not wanting to spend a bunch of time grinding, I'll just go ahead and buy a set of 4. Now, bombs have, for the most part, their use is for blowing holes in things that have weak spots. And the difference between this and the other Zelda games is that you won't know what places have the weak spots in them until you first try it. But good news is I remember most of them. Once again, another heart container. Just doubled my life meter within the first half hour of play, which is good. Because that's going to come in handy later. Because even just overworld exploration and outside of the dungeons can be a little bit taxing on you. You know what, I'm going to wait. I'll come back to that in a minute. Those stopwatches are awesome. They basically make you invincible. Alright, so... let's go ahead and finish Dungeon 2, which is up this way. This is also one of those games that, you know, there is no shame in if you need a map or anything to kind of help you get through it, because, let me tell you, this is... once again, a pretty cryptic game. There's no shame in it backing these days with these games. Alright, this is a really good level if you ever want to rack up on rupees too. These ropes, as they're called, the snakes, are actually, they're usually pretty generous with the rupees. So if you ever feel the need, you can come back here and pick some up. Another key. Another use that bombs have is you'll need them at the end of this level too, to take care of the boss. Another key, we'll need that. Moving pretty straightforward this level. Once again, I kind of have mostly what I need to do to beat it memorized. Alright, let's see here. I think this is the room. Yes, it is. Okay, so I had to deal with these guys real quick. Ooh, come on now. Okay. Now we got the magical boomerang. That will make the boomerang actually travel all the way across the map, and I think it flies maybe a little faster. This guy here is a Moldorm. Kind of a mini boss, so to speak. You notice I'm not really hitting many of the side chambers. There's really not anything inside of them that really makes a big difference. Oh, awesome. That's perfect. Perfect. A full stack of bombs. Oh, and just to know, you can only carry 8 bombs to start with. There is a way to extend the amount of bombs you can carry later in the game. You can buy some upgrades. But anyway, this is a Dodongo, and they're weak against bombs. Put 2 of them in his mouth, it kills him. Get the heart container. And get the Triforce. Alright guys, it's been real. We're going to go ahead and cut it off here though. Let me kill this guy and get him out of my hair first. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off at this point. And we will continue from this point next time and play some more Legend of Zelda.